How's it going, everyone? I hope you're having a good day because today we have a story of probably one of the funniest stories I've received in a while. It's of this girl who basically perfectly encapsulates all the Gen Z memes into one person. So sit back, relax, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and we're going to call the subscriber who submitted the story Liam. So anyways, this all happened about 6 months ago when Liam was in class. And this was a history class, right? And so Liam, was in this history class, and the teacher was like, all right, so we're going to do a pretty big project. I will be assigning you guys random groups, like random pairings. The teacher also said that the assignments were going to be random. So he went to his computer. He said, all right, so I generated a random list, and here are your partners. And he says, Liam, you are with Kenna. So Liam is the main subscriber who submitted this story, which you can do so to my Instagram or Discord, both in the description. And Kenna was this girl who was kind of just known as the annoying girl. I hate to say it. I hate to be that guy who says, oh, she was known as the annoying girl. But bro, she was simply just known as the annoying girl. I don't know how else to say it. I can't really spin it any other way, man. And, you will probably see in just a couple seconds why that is the case. But anyways, right, so Liam and Kenna, Liam went over to Kenna's desk to sit down. It's all right, well, we got this project. It's pretty big. It's also due in 2 weeks, so we have some time to do it. And the teacher did say that he's not going to give the students a lot of time in class, so they needed to figure out time together to do the project outside of class to get that all ready or whatever. So Liam was talking to Kenna and was all right, well, how about this weekend I go over to your house and next weekend you come over to my house to do the work? And, Kenna agreed to it and everything. And Liam was fine, whatever. She might be known as annoying, but she isn't known as not doing her work or stupid, right? Little did he know. But anyways, right, so the first weekend rolls around and Liam has already done a little bit of work on the presentation or the project. A lot of the project is writing based and it's done on a Google Doc. There's just some more project-y elements, they had to make some kind of presentation, and Liam just thought it'd be easier if they did that together. But the Google Doc stuff could be done on their own. So Liam has already started the Google Doc for their presentation. He has a little bit of work done. He's kind of already sketched out some ideas he has for what he wants with the presentation. He's I want us to do this, I want us to cover this, etc., stuff like that. And so anyways, his mom drives him over to Kenna's house and he's dropped off. And, he goes over and, he knocks on the door. He knocks on the door again. He knocks on the door a third time. And he's kind of just wait, bro, what? And, Liam walks around and he looks into the driveway and there are no cars in the driveway. And he looks down at his phone and he checks to see, he's all right, I texted Kenna, the Gen Z girl. All right, I said I'd be here at, 2. It is 2:05. I'm here at the time. So Liam ends up calling the girl. So he clicks call. It rings a little bit, and then it goes to voicemail, and Liam's there's no way. And then he receives a text back from Kenna that says, what? Question mark. And Liam's bro, we have a class presentation. But he says it nicer. He's okay, hey, I'm at the house. Remember, we're doing the presentation. And she responds the little 3 dots of responding. The 3 dots pop up, and then they go away. Then the 3 dots pop up again, and then they go away. And then eventually, right, she eventually sends a message saying, on my way, just OMW, or on my way. And Liam's well, what does that mean? So Liam ends up standing there and waiting there for 20 minutes when Kenna pulls up in a car with her friends, and she, is dropped off by one of her friends. And she gets out, and she's so, what's up? And Liam's hello there, because it's, been a half an hour. He's been waiting there, and Kenna's I'll get the keys, let's start this thing. So she goes in there, opens up the door, and they walk into her house. And it's very, earthy, crunchy vibes, whatever. It's just the vibe of some houses. So Liam, Kenna is, leads Liam over to this pretty big table. They sit down. Liam takes out, puts down his backpack, takes out his computer, opens that up, and starts talking to her, be hey, I've already done some work on the Google Doc that I shared with you. And Kenna's Google Doc? And Liam's yes, we went over this in class, but whatever, right? I shared with you a Google Doc. The majority of the work is writing. Don't forget that. So since this is a shared project, we have the next 2 weeks to do that. However, the kind of more, crafty part of the project, I thought it'd be better if we did it together in person, as that is what most everyone else is doing as well. And so, kind of was like, all right, I guess that makes sense. And they sit down, and Liam was like, all right, so what do you want to do for the kind of like the craft kind of like presentation part? Do you want to do like a poster board? Do you want to do and in the middle of Liam trying to say something, he stops because he notices that Kenna is on TikTok. She's just on her phone looking at TikTok, scrolling through TikTok. She's like, and Liam's like, are you paying attention? She's like, mm-hmm. So Liam's like, so what are your thoughts? And Kenna's like, mm-hmm. So Liam knows at this point, all right, she's not paying attention. And so Liam, like, kind of like says, hey, like, I need your input here. And she's like, what? And Liam's like, okay, Liam, calmness, calm vibes. Life is good. Everything's all right. And Kenna's like, what? And Liam's like, all right, okay, so we have a part of the presentation where we need to we need to present something. Do you want to do a poster board? Do you want to do it? She said, yep, that sounds good. Goes back to her phone. And Liam's like, all right, it's cool. We're good. This is only like half of our grade. It's going to be all right. And I can't do the whole thing by myself. Anyways, Kenna, do you have any, do you want to start? And he, takes out, he finds, because he brought a poster board. He just wanted to ask her if she wanted to do anything else. Puts the poster board on the table, has pens and, whatever with them, slides them over, and Kenna just looks at it, is like, no, I'll let you take the lead, goes back to TikTok. And Liam's like, okay, well, how about I write and you tell me what to do? Really trying to engage with her in this one. And Kenna's like, what? And Liam's like, He's like, okay, so just what do you want to do for the present? What should we write here? What do you think is a good idea? And she said, yeah, that sounds good. And Liam's like, oh my God, I didn't even say anything. Calm, Liam, calm yourself. Collected, control yourself. Everything will be okay. Everything will be okay. And so Liam eventually just starts, and he's like, you know what, whatever input you want to give is totally fine, whenever you want to. And Kenna's like, I'm actually going to go over to that room, and she points to, a room with a TV and a couch. I'm going to go over there. And Liam's like, what? She says, I'll be right back. And Liam's like, okay, fine. So Liam is working away at, the poster board. He uses, a pencil to kind of outline his ideas, and he's starting to fill it out in, Sharpie, because he's like, it's not like Kenna's going to give any expertise in this situation, or she's not going to give any expert advice or anything. And so Liam looks over, and he sees Kenna sitting on the couch making TikToks, bro. Liam came over to her house, had to wait around for half an hour for a project that they were both assigned. It's not like this is something that Liam wants to do and Kenna's humoring him or anything. He comes over to her house. She completely ignores him at the table, literally just ignores him. Then when she says, I'll be right back, he's in a different room making freaking TikToks. And so Liam shouts over, it's like, hey, Kenna, do you want to come help with this? And Kenna puts down her phone, releases a really loud sigh, turns around and says, Liam, I was in the middle of a TikTok and you just ruined it. I'm going to have to make the whole TikTok over again because of you. And Liam's like, I'm sorry, but after that TikTok, do you want to come over and help? This is a 2-person project. I don't know if I can do this all myself. And Kenna was like, fine, I'll come over and help. Just let me do this. And so Kenna stays on the couch, makes a TikTok, is done. Seems like she's done. Liam looks over. She makes another TikTok. So for the rest of that entire day, right? Liam literally spends the entire day at Kenna's house just making TikToks. Literally nothing else. She's just making TikToks the entire time. And so Liam finishes up the poster and is like, all right, whatever. They're still planning to meet the next week and there's still a little bit more to do. And, Liam's like, all right, I'm going to go. This is the time that I'm going to get picked up. Bye. I'll see you at my house next week. And Kenna's like, okay. And this continues on TikTok, right? So Liam gets in the car and Liam's mom's like, oh, was that productive? And Liam was like, no, that was not productive. She's the worst. She refuses to help. And Liam's mom's like, well, there's always people like that. I'm sorry that's happening to you. And Liam's like, I'm sorry that's happening to me too. So anyways, the next week happens. And remember, the big part of this is the Google document. They have to be doing a lot of research and all that. And Liam is giving Kenna every single day, talking to her about it in class, giving her reminders. Liam's not even going ahead and doing it all. He's like doing it incrementally each day to make sure that they keep on schedule, but giving her an opportunity every single day to do something. And she said, yeah, I'll get to it. I'll get to it every single day. What? Yeah, no, I'll do it. I'll do something. She is not even logged into the Google Doc yet. She's not made one edit. She's not made one change. She's done nothing at this point. So Liam is starting to pull his hair out. And remember, so a week has passed. It's now Saturday. And this is where they planned to meet at Liam's house for this one. So Liam, like, his mom and dad are gone. It's just him in the house. He brings out the poster. He brings out the Google Doc. He brings out everything, right? And he's just got it all situated, and he's got it all set. And he's just waiting. And it's 2 o'clock, and then it's 2:15, and then it's 2:30, and then it's 3. So he calls up Kenna, and once again, it goes to voicemail. He's like, oh, my God. And then he gets a response from her, what? And he's like, oh, my God. And he responds like, Kenna, like, you're supposed to be at my house working on this presentation that's worth 50% of our grade that we have to give in a couple days. And Kenna responds, fine, but I'm going to Starbucks first. I need my Starbucks. And Liam's like, "What?" Like, it's 4 in the afternoon. Why do you need freaking Starbucks right now? Is that the top priority, bro? Apparently it was the top priority. Because an hour later, Kenna shows up to the house with like a Starbucks cup and is like, do you have a trash? Because she opens up and she's like, oh, do you have a trash can for my Starbucks cup? And Liam's like, yeah, it's over there. And Kenna looks at the trash can and then just puts the Starbucks cup, like the empty like trash, right, on his table and moves on. And Liam is like, are you serious? Like, the disrespect never stops with you. It just never stops. Why? It turns up to the sky. Why, Lord? Why do you just do this to make me suffer? Real quick, if you made it this far into the video, comment Gen Z down below. I just want to see how many people made it this far into the video. I'll try and heart a bunch of comments to say that. And then also, if you want to support the channel, the best way to do so is by binge watching the videos. And by that, I mean sitting down and watching a bunch of videos in one sitting. Maybe it be 3, 4, 5, doesn't matter. And if you are doing so, please comment down below either how many videos you watched or what you're doing while watching the videos. And I will try, I just want to know how you're supporting the channel because I appreciate it. I'll heart it, I'll comment, and I'll even shout some people out like the people on screen right now. Thank you to these people as well as you guys. Let's get back to the story. So anyways, right, Liam and Kenna are now sitting at Liam's kitchen table. It is 2 hours since she's been here, and Liam's like, all right, we have a little bit to do with a poster. We have a decent amount to do with the Google Doc, and I just think we should talk about how we're going to split up this work, and also maybe just go over how our presentation is going to be. Like when we turn this, like I just want to have an overview. So they weren't actually going to present it in front of everyone, but there was kind of like a presentation element where like one of them or both of them would kind of do a quick overview to the teacher, so the teacher would know like what to look at and kind of like just get a sense, like kind of get like a roadmap of what was going on, right? And so Kenna gets up and is like, okay, I'm listening. And Liam's like, what? So she starts like walking around his house, or not around his house, around his kitchen, like poking and prying at things. And that's when she opens the refrigerator door. And Liam is like, ma'am, what is going on over here? Ma'am, please. Like, what is going on over here? What are we doing right now? I just don't understand what's going on, man. Someone please tell me. And kind of like opens it and goes, oh my God. And Liam's like, what? Like, why are you saying that? And Kenna's like, is this a meat product? You should know that I'm a vegan. And Liam's like, well, I didn't offer you a meat product. I didn't offer you like salami or something. And Kenna's like, no, you don't understand. You invited me to a house with meat in it. And Liam's like, well, yeah, I mean, I didn't offer it to you. Like, I didn't know you were a vegan, but it's not like I knew you were a vegan and offered you a hot dog or something. And Kenna's like, oh, no, this is unacceptable. This is why I have not been doing any work. And Liam's like, this is not why you've been doing any work? And she said, yes, because I know you were going to set me up. And Liam's like, no. Look, Kenna, we have a project that's worth 50% of our grade. Can we just sit down and do a little bit? And Kenna said, you know what, today is not working for me. She gets up And she walks out of the house, gets in her car, and drives away. And Liam is like, okay, screw this girl, right? She's the worst. I'm just going to finish the project on my own. And Liam ends up just grinding it out and finishes up the entire project that night, giving her ample opportunity to do work. Within 2 days, it is time for them to hand it in to the teacher. So on that Monday, they get into class, and Liam goes over to Kenna, and Kenna's like, I'm not talking to you. And Liam says, I don't care if you're talking to me or not. I'm going to tell you what's up with our presentation that we're handing in tomorrow that's worth 50% of our grade. Don't you want to go to one of those fancy, like, little liberal art colleges? Last time I checked, they care about your grades. And if this is 50% of your grade, if we get a 0, you fail the class, Kenna. You fail the freaking class. You think they want to see an F in your transcript? I didn't think so, so you're going to want to hear what I want to say. Kenna's like, I'm listening. And Liam said, there is one last thing on the Google Doc that I have not done. You need to do it tonight so that you have done something. I will not complain that you've been the worst person to work with and have done nothing if you do one thing on the Google Doc tonight. And Kenna's like, fine. You know, I've helped a lot with moral support. Fine, I'll cave to your silly demands. And Liam was like, in his head, he's like, moral support? I swear to God, I will. He's like, okay, so all you got to do. It's not that much. Just get it done, and we'll have no problems. So anyways, Liam is sitting there Monday night, right? Their presentation is tomorrow, Tuesday. And he's sitting there, and he's looking at the Google Doc. And he has it open. He's not doing anything. He's done all of his homework. He's just playing some video games or whatever, watching a movie. He has the Google Doc open the entire time, just to see if the Gen Z girl, Kenna, was going to do anything. She doesn't go on to it, so he's like, okay, I'm going to go to sleep tonight. When I wake up tomorrow, she maybe has a messed up sleeping schedule. She goes to bed at like 2 in the afternoon, maybe, I don't know. So maybe when I wake up tomorrow, it's all magically going to be there. The next day he wakes up. Remember, Liam has like 20 minutes to get ready to go to school. He wakes up and there's nothing there. And he's like, I swear to God, Kenna. So he goes there, he types up something quickly. It's not his best work, but it is work and it's passable. It's fine, right? And he's like, I swear to God, like, I'm going to say something. And so he gets in the car and he like drives over to school, or his mom picks him up and drives him over to school. And, he gets there and he walks in and he's like, has his poster board, has his laptop. He's ready to submit it. And he sees something really, really strange. He sees Kenna and the teacher standing together in the back of the classroom, talking. And Liam at first was like, oh, Kenna must be admitting that, she sucks and she's done nothing this entire time. Spoiler, that's not what she was doing. And that's when the teacher looked over at Liam with this very disapproving look. And Liam's like, okay, she better not be trying to play something right now. She better not be trying to play something. I swear to God. And so the teacher walks over, ends the conversation with Kenna, gives her a smile, walks over to Liam, says, Liam, I think we got to talk outside. And Liam's like, okay, sure. Whatever happens is what happens. And there's nothing I can do about it. Liam's starting to get a little crazy, right? So he goes outside, and the teacher's like, Liam, Kenna told me that you've done nothing for this entire presentation. She says that she's slaved away and done all the work, and that you haven't even tried. And Liam just stares at him blankly. And, Kenna says that, she was giving you a lot of opportunities to do work on, the Google Doc, and you kept putting it off, and then she had to finish it last night. Liam stares at him blankly once again, trying not to have his head freaking explode. And the teacher's like, I really saw more in you. You were always such a go-getter. And you also taunted her about being a vegan with meat? Like, hey, Liam, this is ridiculous. I mean, you're most likely going to fail this assignment. I mean, Kenna's going to get an A from this because of all the work she put in, but I think you're going to have to end up failing this assignment. We're going to have to take it to the principal's office. And Liam just breaks into a massive smile. The teacher's like, Liam, are you not taking this seriously? He's like, teacher, you're not going to believe what I'm going to say, but I'm going to show you proof that backs it up and you can't deny the proof. Teacher's like, all right. Kenna did none of the work. Every single day, I worked hard on this assignment and I gave her ample opportunities to do something. She always put it off. She always talked down to me. She was incredibly disrespectful. And the whole thing about taunting her about being a vegan, she came over to my house. And first of all, I didn't know she was a vegan. She came over to my house, and while I was trying to work on something, she opened up my fridge, found a piece of meat, got mad about it, and went away, and like ran away. And the teacher's like, well, now it's a he said, she said. I don't know what to believe. And Liam said, the Google Docs doesn't lie. So he opens it up and says, well, if I go into the revision history, it'll show exactly who did what, correct? And, the teacher's like, yeah, of course, it's Google Docs. And Liam's like, perfect. He opens it up and he shows revision history after revision history after revision history of every single day Liam logging in and doing something. And not a single time Kenna's account came up. And the teacher's like, oh my God. Wait, actually, it's true. You were the one that did everything. And so she tried to lie to me to cover it? And Liam's like, yeah, I guess she hasn't used Google Docs enough to know that, it's all there. She must have thought that, if she got ahead of it, it was going to seem that, I was trying to cover up for me and that she was the one trying to expose it. And he said, do you understand? And he's like, yes, actually. Well, I'll take this presentation right now and I'll look at it and be into consideration. And thank you for letting me know this. So Liam walks back into class. And he's not trying to, show victory yet. He has a very blank look, very good poker face. And Kenna is just looking at him with an evil smile. And he, in his head, is like, don't smile back. I know we won. Don't smile back yet. Save it. Savor it. So sure enough, right, a couple days later, they receive their grades. And it's handed back on a little slip of paper. It comes back to Liam, gets an A-. He's like, okay, I'm cool with that. He turns around and has a big smile as he's looking at Kenna. As the teacher's walking back, gives Kenna the slip of paper. The slip of paper says F and then come see me after class. And Liam is just smiling,